Every episode of Reset is built around one foundational principle because lasting transformation doesn't happen by accident. It happens when we understand the truth that changes everything. Today's principle is simple, but if you truly embrace it, it can completely change the direction of your life. You cannot consistently outperform your identity. Think about that for a moment. Most people believe their future is determined by their circumstances. They think they're held back by where they were born, the mistakes they've made, the opportunities they never had, or the challenges they're facing today. While circumstances certainly influence our lives, they don't ultimately determine our destiny. Identity does. The way you see yourself shapes the choices you make every single day. If I believe, deep down, that I'm a failure, I'll eventually make decisions that reinforce that belief. I'll avoid taking risks because I'll expect to lose. I'll settle for less because I'll convince myself that's all I deserve. Even when opportunities appear, I'll find reasons not to pursue them because they don't match the identity I've accepted. If I believe I'm damaged beyond repair, I'll live as though healing is impossible. I'll carry shame into every relationship, every opportunity, and every dream. I'll expect rejection before it ever comes, and I'll sabotage my own progress because my identity tells me I don't belong on the other side of success. But something powerful happens when your identity begins to change. When I truly believe I'm capable, I start looking for opportunities instead of obstacles. I become willing to learn, to grow, to fail, and to try again. I begin making decisions that align with the person I'm becoming rather than the person I used to be. Identity is like the operating system inside a computer. You don't see it when you turn the computer on, but everything the computer does runs through it. If the operating system is corrupted, every program is affected. You can install new software, buy a better monitor, or upgrade the keyboard. But until the operating system is repaired, the problems will continue. The same is true in our lives. Our beliefs about ourselves become the operating system that influences every decision, every relationship, every habit, and every goal. That's why so many people struggle to create lasting change. They spend their lives trying to change behaviors without ever changing the identity driving those behaviors. They focus on the symptoms instead of the source. They try harder, make promises, and rely on willpower. But eventually, they find themselves slipping back into old patterns because the person inside never truly changed. It's like repainting a house whose foundation is crumbling. The fresh paint might look beautiful for a while, but sooner or later the cracks begin to show because the real problem was never addressed. Surface level change can never produce lasting transformation when the foundation remains broken. Reset doesn't begin with behavior. It begins beneath the surface. It starts with rebuilding the foundation of who you believe you are. Because lasting change always begins in the places nobody else can see. When your identity changes, your decisions begin to change. When your decisions change, your habits change. When your habits change, your future changes. That's why reset isn't about becoming a better version of the person you used to be. It's about becoming the person you were always created to be.